Okay, action flop right off the bat. Quite interesting decisions for both players. I think Van Versch can bet or check here. I don't think eights has some good properties for checking back. No club and no overcards below the 9 for his hand. 4 deuce suited, probably going to be a check call most of the time. Could think about check raising. Don't worry, guys. James will be here soon. Does go for the check call. Generally, check raise are going to be the stronger club draws on a paired board. Turns a 4. Not going to be able to fold now. Be interesting to see if Van Versch bets the turn here. Kind of a tough spot with eights because, you know, you hate to check back. I mean, there's so many bad cards, but also if you bet turn, it's kind of hard to see how many what kind of hands are going to call you now. Ace high probably folds. Not so much 4x in the big blind range.
All right, Jack. Yeah, do you have me now, Jack?
Hello, James. How's it going?
There we go. All right. Hopefully everyone can hear me as well. I'm on now. I can see, which is a big advantage when it comes to commentary. Has to be said. Oh, spicy one.
You know, seeing can be overrated. Easy check. The 4 deuce could bet turn. Could bet river. If he thinks that the hijack player is c-betting every hand on the flop, then he's going to have a lot of ace-x after he checks back turn. But I think he should probably be checking back a lot of ace-x on the flop. So as the big blind, you probably have more aces. So it could make sense to bet there. Tom Delaney. Isn't that the guy from Blink 182? Or is that a different part? Am I thinking? No, I'm thinking Tom DeLong, right?
I don't know who you're thinking of, I'll be honest.
I need to look this up. Tom Delaney. I swear I know that name. Okay. Professional footballer. Yeah, that sounds about right. No, that's not the person I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Tom DeLong.
I think this is, yeah.
First Maltese flag I've seen.
There's a few knocking around in here. There's a few fake ones, of course. You know, the Maltese residents speaking in the mix.
Do they still get the flag when they play, or is it done by passport?
Well, some have. So I guess, yeah, maybe some are using like a local driving license as opposed to. I don't know.
This guy could be Maltese. I mean, he doesn't look particularly one way or the other.
Ooh. Flush draw. A beautiful 5-6 suited on the button.
Plenty of, yeah. Nice flop here. Now imagine this will go check back call.
Yeah, Stephen Kehoe on the button. Flatten out 6-5 suited, gets the impetus.
Okay, check back. I quite like this check back, actually. Makes sense. Under the gun. Hitting that board quite high, you get a little deception. Getting check raised would be pretty terrible, although that's probably not going to happen very often.
Very stoic today, these chaps, Jack. Do you think it's just because it's early?
Mm.
You need everyone to get tired and loose.
Early? What time is it in Malta? It's 4 o'clock, right?
About early in the day, I mean.
Wow.
You know, they've got a long day of poker ahead.
Yeah, I suppose. 4 p.m. Amazing time to restart tournament.
Well, they're 2 hours in. They've played the first 3 levels of the day, finished late reg, and then we've joined them.
Right, that makes some sense.
So they're...
But still, they restarted at 2?
Well, that's civilized.
Very Maltese.
How long have you been out of Malta?
3 years, 65 days, and 12 hours.
It's quite specific.
Just kidding. I actually am not sure. I lived there in 2017 until 2018. So I've been gone for like 4 years. I played 1 live tournament there, cashed it, so I got the flag.
1 and done.
1 and done.
That's all you need.
Don't have to go back.
Oh, here comes the check raise.
Okay, this is very strange.
This feels a bit grim as well. You now got the 6-side flush draw.
I mean, actually, I kind of don't mind it too much. He's just putting his opponent on like a flush draw, like a turn spade draw, and he bet 2.5 into what, 12 or so, or 10, 2.5 into 10. So there's a good chance that Kehoe could even have a worse king, or like potentially something like 10s, 10s jacks. Gets there.
Eventually, a check. Scam Train in the chat. Welcome. Good evening. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good morning. Perhaps good evening. I don't know where you are. Asking, can we redeem channel points at this time? You most certainly can. As always, you can redeem once a day. Click the channel points button. Get yourself that ticket. Get going. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, channel points mean prizes. 22,000 points gets you a $22 ticket. For 2,000 points, you can get a $2.20 ticket. Have at it. Click the channel points button and get redeeming. Well, Jack, I mean, I don't know what you think about here, because this is you're beat nothing.
Nah, he can beat Jack 10 of spades. But I think he had the Jack of spades, didn't he?
He did have the Jack of spades. Makes it difficult. Queen 10 of spades. There we go.
Queen 10 of spades. I mean, that's what you would call a Portuguese call.
Can beat something.
Quite hopeful, yeah. Dealer's just got a fresh tattoo, I see.
It's that sort of insight, ladies and gentlemen, is why we have World Series of Poker Europe main event champion Jack Sinclair in here.
You've got to make use of every piece of information at the table.
Bingo. I'm afraid I'm not in Malta. Myself and Jack are beaming through the miracles of the interweb towards you all from different locations.
Who asked you if you're in Malta there, James?
Bingo.
Bingo. Not seeing any names called Bingo.
No?
No.
Bingo 207. You can't see that one, no?
Bingo. No, sorry.
Can't see that,
no.
I'm a little too sharp for those these days, let me tell you.
I mean, that one's not even hidden, you know? Like,
no. Antonio, flop in second pair from the big Lopez, the opener. He's got a heart. What are we saying, Jack? Little stab?
I imagine this will be a pure bet. You just bet anything in this setup. Disconnected flush draw, disconnected monotone board, early position versus big blind. You just bet everything, I think. The old sit up, lean in, and check. You love to see it. Oh yeah, that form changed a lot. If I know this guy, I think this guy's gonna keep betting.
Oh, I appear to have lost sound now.
Ah, I thought it was just me. Interesting.
Oh.
Can still see what's going on there.
Can. In poker, I guess it's more important to be able to see than hear.
Well, unless you have like someone describing everything for you.
There we go.
But then I guess it's important that they can see.
We're back.
So as suspected, we get a second barrel. I guess Lopez just committed to firing 3 here.
This is a scary man to bluff, I think. Here we go.
Clearly.
Here we go. Jackie boy. We're seeing the 5th. That's a bit of a...
Well, now it might go check. I mean, the queen seems like a really
card, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you can even Lopez might even think that his ace-9 could win sometimes against like 5-7 with a heart or something, or even just like Jack-10 with a heart. Plus, like buyin, I know, can have a lot of Queen X here, which will never fold. And even now, it's kind of unclear if a 6 will fold. So yeah, it does check back. Hate to see the 6 there.
You hate to see it. Antonio pulls one in. Call 2 streets. Just about make out a raise to 3,200. All right. Van Werch 6-7 suited from the small. 3-bet from the big. The previous hand.
Yeah, I quite like 3-betting here again.
Yeah.
But he just calls. I think it's quite a common thing. I don't know. Maybe he just always calls this kind of hand in this spot. But I think it's quite common that people pass on the second light 3-bet in a row.
Yeah.
Which I think is a mistake. I think in general, it's if you're going to lean one way, you should probably do it more. Like you probably go more aggro the second hand in a row.
Must have it the second time.
Yeah, it depends a lot on your image, obviously, but in general, it's just like,
ooh,
no.
Peel from the small, flop 2 pair.
It's a decent flop.
Stephen with a bit of it as well. 7 and the overcard king of spades, all very relevant.
Yeah, normally I just try and play, a decent range, both hands. But if I get the opportunity twice in a row, I'm probably more likely to take it the second time. But that being said, this hand, maybe he just plays it as a 100% flat. checking his cards again, trying to kind of make it look like he has king jack with a spade, maybe. Would be a check raising candidate. It's quite a good thing to look out for when you're playing. If someone checks their cards again, quite a lot of players will just only do it when they have good hands.
It's quite hard to remember 2 cards.
Yeah, you need to. I always double check before the flop. It's my strategy.
I play enough 6-card PLO that I'm okay managing 2 cards.
I mean, yeah, I played some 5-card PLO not long ago, and I basically just have to keep my hand open at all times and just constantly looking at it, because I can't even knowing my cards, I find it hard to work out what I have. I mean, do I have a straight or a wrap? I don't know.
Yeah, it's the same thing as long as you're not on the river. Like,
well, yeah, the river wrap.
River wrap's the only one that's no use. But...
yeah, but if you end up in that spot, you always bluff, right?
I don't know. You've got all the straight cards, so they must have the rest of it.
Yeah, that's a good point. See, this is why I lost so much.
See, open. All right. Stephen sticks around with that 7, with the overcard, with the backdoor spades, but gets no help on the 3 of diamonds turn. Can he get sticky again, Jack?
Well, I mean, he's bet very small, so I don't think it would be. I mean, I think I would just fold on the flop, honestly, with the king 7. If it was heads up, I would call, but 3 ways, it's you see bet into 2 people that get check raised. I think it's better to just fold on the flop. Could also consider checking back on the flop, even.
Come on, little spade on the river. Little spade to make things exciting. Yeah,
a spade and then a bet and then a shove would be good to see.
I was about to say jack of spades would be dreamy, but you see the jack of clubs instead. All the draws miss. I mean, then does Van Versha just go for gold here? Do we think?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a spot where you just want to shove. Like you have loads of bluffs, and it's pretty likely that Kehoe has something like a queen here.
Mm-hmm.
And if you check, he's probably just not. He's not going to shove himself with like even ace queen. I mean, he might, but like in general, like when you play like this kind of spot, I think it's in a live tournament. You're more likely for the person to check back, than jam themselves, and also they're not very likely to bluff when you check either. So I like the jam there. I think you could have bet a bit bigger on the turn, so he wasn't jamming quite so much on the river.
Well, here we go. Switching up the dealer. Look at the chips. Lopez Galindo shortest with 21 bigs. Everyone over 30. Sebastian over 100k has those 83 lovely big blinds. The rest, though, all pretty comfortable as we continue playing. 800, 1600 with the 1600 ante. Pardon me, blinds going up at the same time as the dealer change. 1k, 2k. All of a sudden, everyone not quite so comfortable.
Yeah, this is crunch time now.
Well, 17 blinds now for the 2/10s. That level up. Well, that's the wrong size because the blind's gone up. He wasn't aware. Jack. We were. He wasn't.
Yeah.
We 4K.
Fake little misclick.
Yeah, that old one. Oh, I thought it was opening up 20 bigs, guys.
Yeah, that changes precisely nothing.
It's good to practice your misclicks, though. The fake ones.
Sure. Sure, of course. You grab 2 big blinds and announce raise when the under the gun player raised and you have a big hand.
Right. Action has prevailed. Ray ripping ace 10 from the small. Lopez will call and just have to fade an ace.
Nice hoodie. Is that Paddington Bear?
Didn't see. I hope it's Paddington Bear. Ace on the flop for Paddington Bear. There we go. Just got to fade the one out.
I mean, it's some kind of bear.
It's not Paddington. Paddington be wearing his duffel coat and his hat. I mean, the bear is just wearing his own jumper.
I mean, it could be like a modern day, like, hipster Paddington.
I don't think so. All right, Lopez Galindo.
Is that Biggie Smalls?
Out the door. Unlucky, my man. Twice he's been on this feature table, twice he's busted. How cruel. We need better luck in the main. Well, here's our man again. 4-5 suited. I don't think he's folded 4-5 suited many times in his life. Giovanni showing some restraint today. Looks like he may have folded the 6-7 suited. Oh, no. There we go. I was going to say, Giovanni's not folding 6-7 suited. Kehoe 2 8s. Going to call in the hijack. Tom with deuces in the small. Bet at this point.
That's also a flop.
Yeah, I bet Stephen's not thinking that he's with his 2 8s that he's that everyone's got unders. It's the under the gun, the +1.
Yeah, that's quite a
What's about to go small blind peel.
Yeah, well, Delaney might be tempted to shove here, given the players involved. I mean, Giovanni and Kehoe could well be dead money if you shove.
Right.
And Banana Nano has been quite aggro.
Because I saw Vinsky sit down and then get up and was away from the table. So has he been dealt? Was he a dead big blind in this hand? Did you just sit out as big blind? Or no, okay. Graphics are off. There we go. So here we go.
Banana
is in the big blind. It's Giovanni who's opened.
Okay. Well, Giovanni we haven't seen yet, so
I guess you haven't seen him yet. He is our hero.
He's the one. So he should have a read. Okay. I mean, I think I would quite like the shove with deuces then, if you think he's playing a wide open range. But yeah, I guess Kehoe range is problematic.
Giovanni doesn't get scared on ace jack 10 boards in 4-way pots.
Why everyone just snap folds? Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. He knew everyone was on the little cards. Ray ace 10 suited. UTG. Any word? Anyone in the chat? Any help on the bear? Just the random bear or a famous bear? Scam train cleaned out until next week. Having a go at the free roll. Get at it. Why not?
Is this his real last name?
Yeah, I guess so. Gabriel Ray, I believe.
Gabriel Re.
A defend from Sebastian in the big blind with 5-4, 5-4-0, and a 5 in the window. King 9 red behind, but no use to the ace 10 of hearts. This isn't easy, is it, Jack, for Sebastian from the big with the 5? I mean,
Yeah, I think even so, it's got to be a pure call versus a small c bet. You don't love it, but
does have a diamond, some backup, and like you say, it is a small bet.
I mean, he could consider check raising, but I don't think so. I think you want to go. I think this hand's too good to check raise on a board. You probably want to be very polarized versus under the gun here.
Hello. That's a pretty good turn card. This is
Yes,
where on the flop
indeed.
he's thinking, I might be good here, I might be good, and now he's hoping he wasn't good on the flop.
Yeah.
You're like,
Right.
please have the big king. Please go barreling with diamonds. Please go barreling with like Queen Jack. Fortunate ace 10 of hearts.
Ace 10, not a terrible barreling combination here either. I mean, it probably is too wide, but certainly you don't need to have a flush draw to continue barreling here. But probably like Queen 10, Jack 10 are going to make up the non-flush barrels a lot, and probably something like Ace 6 or maybe something like Ace Deuce could make sense on the turn as well. You probably don't want to have a 10 to barrel when you have an ace as well.
And I guess 6 a little bit as well, the 6, 7, 8 stuff, but
yeah, it's quite hard not to block some kind of draw because everything has a draw here.
You're right, Ace Deuce, Ace Tray, the 2 best candidates, I guess.
Yeah, could just be totally wrong though. Could just be Ace 10, Ace Jack, Ace Queen could even barrel because you get called by some worse hands, fold out some better hands.
True that.
Make a 5 fold, but get called by 10 Jack of diamonds.
Yeah.
Or something.
Very valid. Sebastian, betting pot on the end. And well,
it's not a bad, but I mean, I would consider calling here for sure. Like, he has infinite draws to bluff with.
Well, we just went through them all, didn't we?
Well, yeah, exactly. And yeah, so nothing gets there. I mean, the problem is he has a lot of King X as well. And he might decide to check raise a lot of the stronger draws at some point.
Right, but I guess he check raises most of the 2 pairs as well, right? So this sizing, there we go. This sizing, this pot size sizing. Maybe you're thinking, does he bet this big with some bad kings?
Yeah, that is a key question. I think that he should, like, a king should be worth a pot bet for the big blind, but most players tend to bet like 60%, 70% when they have a weak king, or even smaller, or even check sometimes, but they always bet big when they're bluffing. So it could be a really good call, and just unlucky to run into one of the few value combos.
One of the few 2-pair combos it doesn't, because he didn't check raise flop. You think 13 left out of the 40. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm not so well. I mean, like when you take them down to 10% of what they had, so if you double them up, you put them back to 20% of what they had, right? Not all the way back to before. then it's a bit different because then that all in matters a bit more, you know. King Kongs.
The Butchers. It's going to get a spin for 10 bigs.
The Butchers.
The Butchers.
Why are they called the Butchers? I've never heard that one.
You never heard the Butchers?
I mean, I would have thought Butchers was Butcher's Hook.
No, the Butchers.
The Look. I don't know. Jacks? The Butcher's Hook? Why'd you call Kings the Butchers?
I don't know. Just that's what they are. They're the Butchers. I think it was. Yeah, hang on. I'm just gonna have a look. Yeah, I thought that's what it was. It was like in the when the US invaded Iraq. Bizarrely, this is relevant. In 2003, they issued playing cards to the troops with like pictures of.
Yeah, the most wanted. Yeah, right.
Most
Gotcha.
wanted. Yeah. So like, and one of them was the butcher of Baghdad was a king, and I think it's from that.
Right, gotcha. I think I've heard that. I think you may have explained this to me before.
I might have done, yeah.
Possibly on a stream.
Yeah. But there we go. Ever since then, they're the Butchers. Chris Moorman used to always call them the Butchers. That was our thing. So I was always like, I loved it, the Butchers. Time Hunt, not liking the graphics. Sorry. It's very informative, and I feel like I can see what's going on, despite they're on the screen. I don't know. What do we think, guys? Giovanni gives it up. Here we go. Test your theory. Okay. You're all in against the man who just took all your chips.
Well, this is.
But he's aggressive.
Is it
different? Is it different?
But I think the sevens probably win more often than 19% here.
Okay.
That's what I'd say. I'm not going to say. I don't think they're a favorite. If it was the hand after, then maybe, you know, he'd have more.
Queen, queen trait. The bear's alive. The bear survives.